Jeanelle, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm excellent now that I see all this food in front of me right now. Especially having Raphael in here earlier talking about those massive quantities of food and freshly made meals for kids every single day. The old man's getting hungry sitting right here. So I understand that you were involved in a competition last year, and not only were you involved in it, but you nailed it, you won it.
Yes, I did.
So tell us a little bit about this competition.
The chopped competition is put on by Blue Zone. So all of our food was vegan and everything was farm fresh. So it was absolutely amazing, and the students that we all got paired with had a huge deal to be able to come up with the menu and everything that we did that day.
Okay, so we saw you with your student up
Yes.
there, and so what was on the menu that day for you guys?
So for us that day, we found out the ingredients that day. We ended up making a quinoa salad that had a fresh guacamole. It had sauteed jackfruit, bell peppers, a purple sweet potato, and a fresh pico de gallo.
And how many different kids or teams are competing in this competition?
When we competed, I want to say it was 4 or 5 of us, and that it had no idea who we were going against at all until that day, so it made it even more fun, and it was just a blast to be able to do.
And you knew kind of what you had to make. It's not like you were making hamburgers or something like that.
Oh yeah, no. We got to come up with everything that we wanted to make on our own, and we got a little bit of a time ahead of it to kind of discuss before the competition started with our student to figure out what we were going to make.
And these are students with the Kern High School District?
Yes.
And how are they selected, or how do they become part of this program?
My student was part of the, I want to say it was the rock program for Stockdale High School. So she's actually writing her own cookbook, and she has wanting to move forward with culinary arts, which was amazing. So I actually got to learn a lot from her while I was working with her that day.
Oh, good. So she's writing a cookbook and is going to be coming up with all these recipes. Well, she could probably bring some samples in for us, and we could try them out here and do the math sometime.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll check that out. So you were in the competition last year,
Yes.
and you know, based on the criteria, kind of what it takes to win.
Yes.
Because now you're on the opposite side this year. So tell us a little bit about that role.
So now this role this year, I get to be a judge, which is going to be a lot more fun to be able to experience everyone's food. Because last year I just got to taste ours. Now I get to taste everybody's, which is even more fun because I love food. So this year what we're going to be kind of looking for more so is I love color. I love anything that has a great texture and anything that has an amazing flavor.
Okay. So kind of like the elements of food, like the elements of art, right?
Exactly.
Texture and things like that, right?
Yep,
so it is an art, I think, also, because when you're talking about texture and color and things like that, that is an art.
Yes, exactly. You eat with your eyes first. So if you have something on the plate in front of you that isn't pretty, you're not really going to want to eat it.
Right.
But if it has a lot of color and has a lot of texture to it, you're going to be like, you know what, that looks really good.
Oh, trust me, because I'm all about if something doesn't look good, it's not going. And if it's got the wrong kind of texture, I mean, you know what that is. Like, not everybody's going to eat everything. Exactly.
It never fails.
Now, talking about people eating everything, I see that you brought some food here. So what's going on with this?
Yes. So today we have some farm fresh kale that we made for you, and we have a beautiful, it's going to be a mandarin apple salad with a honey vinaigrette that we made right before we walked in.
Excellent. So this would be something that you would be able to do with a student.
Oh, yes.
You come up with the recipe, and then you put it together, and then you present it, and that's how you could do one of these competitions.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so show us how you would go about the process here.
Not a problem. So I'm going to actually cheat a little bit. We're going to put everything into this. Normally, if I go out anywhere and I get a salad that is pre-made, the salad dressings come on the side.
Okay.
So they don't really, like your fork, you kind of like make a mess if you are making it that way. So what I like to do is I put everything inside of the box, and then when you pick it up, you end up shaking it. And it mixes everything in just right, so all of your dressing gets incorporated perfectly.
And you pre-measured kind of these things to know the amount that you needed, right? Based on, so is it based on how many people you're serving, or is it based on like the biggest ingredient and then you want to make everything proportionate to that? Does that make sense?
Oh, no, definitely. So especially when it comes to a salad, I mean, it also depends on, like you said, how many people we're serving. For just myself and for you, I don't need like a whole head of kale. I'm just going to use just a little bit.
Okay.
Because this is going to be a huge salad on its own. Now I get to make noise. I'm sorry. So now we just get to shake this up.
Right? Just one of those things, right? You use all your senses, right?
Exactly. And you get to play with your food, too.
I'm glad I don't hear it sloshing around, because then it would be like, I don't want that. It's getting kind of runny and stuff like that.
Oh, exactly. You definitely don't want it runny, especially when salads get too soupy. They lose their texture, and you lose that crunch from the kale, too.
Right.
So that's also the texture thing.
And this is all very good food for you also, right? It's all nutritious. It's not like you're throwing, I mean, when you're talking about different fruits and vegetables and nuts, I mean, it's all going to be beneficial for you.
Yes,
to
definitely.
consume.
Absolutely.
So you made that. I'm kind of like the judge, right? I'm gonna, right? I mean, I see you got a fork there. I don't think you brought that just for us
Absolutely.
to look at, right?
Oh no, please, by all
So,
means, dive in.
You're gonna sample some yourself here?
Of course,
There's
I'm
another fork
gonna
right there.
let you have your first bite, and then I'm gonna jump
All
behind
right, so I'm
you.
gonna try and get a couple of different things in there.
The oranges are absolutely my favorite, and the apples were
You know, we're gonna get a
get a little bit of
everything right there.
Perfect. That's exactly how it should be.
That dressing, you can really taste that, and that orange. Mm-hmm. I mean, that comes through pretty strong right there. Not overpowering, but it's funny how you can taste all of the different ingredients coming together, and I think just savoring that for a quick moment
Absolutely.
is beneficial also. But you know, a lot of kids are like, well, I don't want to eat kale or spinach or something like that.
Oh yeah.
But it packs a lot of power into, you know, some of these greens that you've got.
Oh, definitely, absolutely. I have a 14-year-old son, and he doesn't like to eat a whole lot of different things, but at home now he will eat kale and Brussels sprouts because I showed him how to do something similar to this. So he makes his own dressings all the time at home. And he likes to get in there and play. He says it makes him feel like a mad scientist. So he loves to be in there, and he likes to play with things, and he gets to play with his quantities and stuff as well. So when he makes it for his friends, I make him do the recipe and change the recipe so he gets to do the math to be able to convert the recipe
Well, I
as
was going
well.
to say, because the food is one thing, but then when you have the dressing, that's the big thing where you have to look
Yes.
at measurements and ratios and things like that.
Exactly.
So once again, just quickly, kind of what was in the dressing
So
again?
our dressing is going to be, it is honey, it is orange juice, and it is a little bit of olive oil and also soy sauce.
But it's not all equal.
No, it's definitely not all equal. So the majority of it, because we wanted it to be a little bit sweeter since the orange is going to be a little bit more acidic, and then also with the soy sauce being heavily salted, the main ingredient is honey. Everything else was in there to make it a little bit more runny and to bring a little bit more flavor, but you still have the sweetness, but it balances out perfectly because of the salt, because of the sugar, because of the citrus, everything balanced perfectly.
And it does balance out perfectly because as it is settling right now, I can tell you right now that is quite good, and I am going to grab another bite. But Jeanelle, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
Sharing that with us. And so once again, you won last year.
I did.
So that was pretty awesome. And when is that event coming up again?
So this event is coming up on Friday the 19th.
Okay. So you're going to be judging that day. You're
Yes.
going to be out at the Kern County Fairgrounds, right?
Yes, I will.
So everybody that's watching can go check you out.
Yep, absolutely.
And if I'm out there, can I just kind of like sneak in and be like, I'm one of the judges here. I'm with Jeanelle.
I will definitely do my best to save as many bites for you as possible.
All right. Jeanelle, thank you very much for coming out. Look for Jeanelle and some of the Kern High School District students out there at the fair on Friday. We'll be back with more right after this.